Have you ever caught yourself realizing, a little too late, that some people basically hand you the warning label about who they are, almost casually, almost like it's nothing, and we still choose not to listen? They drop these lines like a light joke, or maybe a quiet little test, and at first it sounds harmless, even kind of cute or self-aware. But the moment you actually stop and sit with what they just admitted, there's a bright red flag already waving right in your face. I only started noticing this pattern clearly after paying closer attention to how people actually behave. When a connection falls apart and you're left sorting through the wreckage, you look back and realize they told you everything you needed to know right at the beginning. We just didn't want to hear it. Let's walk through them one by one. 1. I'm just brutally honest. This is the favorite shield of people who genuinely enjoy wounding others and then expect a medal for it. Real honesty is telling someone the truth while still caring about how it lands. Brutal honesty is just cruelty wearing a nicer outfit. The word brutal is doing all the heavy lifting in that sentence. People who truly value honesty don't need to announce it, they simply live it. The second someone starts packaging their meanness as a virtue, that's your cue to pick up your things and go. 2. I don't do drama, yet somehow drama follows them everywhere, like a loyal pet that refuses to leave. Funny how the person who claims to hate conflict is almost always the one sitting at the center of the group chat explosion. The reason half the friend group isn't speaking anymore, or the one with a long string of stories about how every past friendship ended badly, and it was never, ever their fault. If every single person around them is supposedly the problem, do the math. 3. I'm a lot to handle. It can sound confident, even a little charming at first, but it's really a warning label stuck on a bottle of something that will burn you. What they're actually saying is, I know I exhaust people. I know I'm going to drain you, and I've already decided that's your job to manage, not mine to fix. Being a lot should never get to call itself a personality trait. It's a reason to get real help, not a reason to start a relationship. 4. I'm not good with commitment. This one is almost generous in how clear it is. They're handing you the ending of the story before the first chapter has even begun. And still people stay. Still convince themselves they'll be the exception. Still believe their love will somehow rewrite someone's own admitted nature. It won't. Thinking you can change a person who has already told you they don't want to change isn't romance. It's wishful thinking set to a pretty soundtrack. 5. I have trust issues, so don't take it personally when I check your phone, question your friends, or disappear for days without explanation. Having been hurt is human. Almost everyone carries some of that. But using that pain as a free pass to control, monitor, or punish someone else is something else entirely. Trauma can explain behavior. It never excuses it. There's a wide, important gap between those two things, and it matters that we keep seeing it. 6. I move fast. I don't waste time. Suddenly you're their soulmate by week 2 and talking about moving in by month 1. It feels flattering at first, like you've finally found someone who just knows. What's actually happening is a person who has zero patience for the slow, ordinary part where you actually get to know each other. Because if they slow down long enough, you might notice the red flags they're currently sprinting past. 7. I say whatever's on my mind. I don't filter myself. What they really mean is, I'm about to say something deeply inappropriate, and I've already installed the excuse in advance. A filter isn't dishonesty. It's basic adult maturity. It's the difference between grown people and toddlers who scream every thought that crosses their mind in the cereal aisle. Someone who's proud of having zero filter is proud of staying emotionally unfinished. 8. I'm the villain in everyone's story. They say it with a little smirk, like it's edgy, like it's a badge of honor. But listen carefully. They're telling you they've hurt people before and plan to keep doing it. They've simply made peace with that role. Someone who's comfortable being the villain is not going to suddenly become the hero just because it's you. You are not the magical exception to their pattern. You are simply next in line. 9. I don't believe in labels. Convenient, isn't it? Considering labels are often just other people asking for a little clarity and accountability. No labels frequently means no boundaries, no security, and a whole lot of you sitting up at midnight Googling what that last text might have meant, while they remain completely free of any real obligation to explain themselves. If someone refuses a label, they've already shown you exactly where you rank in their life. Nowhere. 10. I'm working on myself. On its own, that's a beautiful thing. Everyone should be working on themselves. But when someone says it while still doing the exact same harmful thing they did last year and the year before that, working on myself has quietly turned into a permanent excuse to never actually finish the work. Real growth isn't a personality trait you get to claim out loud. It's a pattern other people can actually see in how you behave over time. 11. I don't need anyone. It can sound strong, independent, even inspiring, but humans are wired for connection. A person who insists they need absolutely nobody usually carries a quiet graveyard of past relationships behind them. Relationships that taught them needing people only gets you hurt. That isn't strength. That's a wall built out of old wounds. And eventually you'll find yourself standing on the other side of it, wondering why you can never quite get close. 12. And this might be the most important one. I never apologize. I don't believe in saying sorry. Just sit with that for a second. Apologies are the quiet glue that holds every functional relationship together, whether it's romantic, family, or friendship. Someone who refuses to say sorry on principle is telling you, right up front, that no matter how badly they hurt you, you will never receive real accountability. You'll get silence, deflection, maybe a gift offered as a substitute, but never the actual words, and you may spend years accepting that as normal. Here's the pattern running underneath every single one of these confessions. These people are not lying to you. They are giving you the absolute truth, free of charge, before you've invested a single ounce of time or emotion. The tragedy isn't that they warned you. The tragedy is how many of us hear these confessions and still believe we can be the one who changes it, that we can be the exception, that we are somehow different. You're not different. You're just early in the same story, and every version of this story ends the exact same way. So here's what you do from now on. When someone hands you a red flag dressed up as a quirky little fact about themselves, believe them the first time. Don't wait for the proof. Don't wait for the pattern to repeat 5 more times before it finally clicks. The warning is the proof. People are constantly telling you exactly who they are. Your job isn't to fix them, save them, or rewrite their character with your love. Your job is simply to listen. And when the words coming out of their mouth sound more like a confession than a compliment, do yourself the quiet kindness of leaving, quickly. Don't walk, leave. Every person on this list is not a mystery, not a puzzle, not a project waiting for the right person to solve them. They are a finished sentence. They told you the ending before the story even started. And somewhere deep down in that part of you that trades logic for butterflies, you decided to stay anyway. That isn't love. That's a hostage situation, with better lighting and a nicer restaurant. People love to say, actions speak louder than words. And sure, that's true eventually. But words are the preview, the trailer, the fine print you skipped because you wanted the ending to be different so badly. Someone openly describing their own dysfunction to your face is not a challenge for you to accept. It's a courtesy they're extending, whether they realize it or not. So stop auditioning for the role of the exception. Stop applying for a position nobody ever advertised. The next time somebody hands you a confession dressed up as charm, don't smile, don't laugh it off, don't stay to find out. Say thank you for the warning and walk away. Your piece was never meant to be a rescue mission. And if you've ever ignored one of these warning signs before, drop it in the comments. I guarantee you're not the only one who's been there. We could all use the reminder that self-awareness without any real change is just a really polite way of telling on yourself.